What's up guys, welcome back to yet another weekly respill episode. Today we're going to talk about Tana Mongeau being a bad influence on her fans, Tati Westbrook and problems with her new product, and Kat Von D blaming the failure of her brand on influencers. Let's get into it.
Weekly respill, yeah.
This past week, Tana announced the launch of her new brand, Tana by Tana. Tana took to Instagram to talk about her perfume and even revealed that Paris Hilton, the literal queen of perfume, helped her create this. She wrote, "I hope you love my baby as much as I do. I never thought in my wildest dreams watching Paris Hilton perfume commercials on my TV at 11 that I'd be able to do the same thing with her help at 21. When Tana revealed the actual bottle of perfume, people were a bit let down. Some people felt like it looked like some generic 99-cent skull nail polish bottle you'd find at Hot Topic. Here's what people had to say. I can get this perfume bottle from China for 30 cents. You'd think with the money and care she seems to have for her fans, she'd at least come up with something custom and creative. Tana by Tana, this same perfume bottle was at Five Below for $5. All that money and the best Tana Mongeau could do was rip off a $5 Hot Topic perfume bottle and call it Tana by Tana. One person pointed out to Tana that her perfume has been sold at Hot Topic for years. They wrote, "So is it true that this isn't even your perfume and they've already sold it for years at Hot Topic?"
Girl, stop.
Tana actually replied to this person and defended her perfume. She said, no shade to Hot Topic, but my bottle is not cheap, tiny acrylic rollerball. I love the skull. I made this perfume at the time in my life where that really embodied my brand / me, but it is a super thick glass bottle and metal details. I went through 1,000 different bottles. When people started getting their Tana by Tana in the mail, fans started noticing how cheap it truly looked. One fan shared pictures of the bottle and the box because she had to contact customer service to get it to even spray properly. The response to the pictures wasn't that great. Okay, but why does the box it came in look so rough? Is the box intentionally distressed, or people are paying $48 plus shipping for this? Tana also found herself in a bit of drama after she tweeted what seemed like an undisclosed ad. Tana wrote, "This is my favorite melatonin pen for stress/sleep," followed by a link for the product called Cloudy. Cloudy is like a vape pen, but instead you're inhaling melatonin, lavender, and chamomile essential oil. The response to this undisclosed ad wasn't great at all. Here's what people had to say. Is it your favorite pen or your favorite paid sponsorship? Y'all want to smoke anything. Buy melatonin pills from CVS and a humidifier. Essential oil vaporizers are extremely dangerous. Essential oils are not meant to be inhaled. It's cool to promote products, Tana, but definitely not cool to promote products that are hurting people." Cloudy gained a lot of popularity when the pen started popping up all over TikTok. TikTok is filled with mostly young teens that probably don't know or really think about the risk of inhaling essential oils or becoming reliant on melatonin. Another huge risk that Tana didn't mention in her post was the fact that melatonin may impact the effectiveness of birth control. Being that Tana's audience is mainly young teen girls, this probably would have been smart to mention. Since Kat announced her departure from Kat Von D Beauty, she's gone on a podcast to talk about her reasons for stepping down. After the podcast, an article by Yahoo started circulating the internet titled, "Kat Von D says influencers made her want to sell her beauty brand." When the article broke, the title was so laughable that people actually thought it might be clickbait. Funny thing is, Kat Von D actually did blame influencers for the failure of her brand in the podcast. During the podcast, Kat said, "It's a culture thing now, you know, where we have influencers that are just continuously telling you what you have to buy, and if you don't, you're not cool," or whatever it is. Or, "Hey, this is what beauty looks like." It kind of throws me back to how I felt when I was a kid. Once the news got around, beauty influencers started sharing their opinions on what Kat said. Raw Beauty Christie tweeted and said, "It's easier to blame influencer culture for the downfall of your brand instead of taking personal responsibility and owning your actions. It's nonsense too. I don't really look like the typical influencer and nobody cares. I repeat, nobody. I hate that generalization. We don't tell people what to buy or they're not cool. What 7th grade world does she think we live in? Hey subscribers, you're not cool if you don't use Tarte Shape Tape, haven't you heard?" Nicole Constilio also tweeted and said, "I have literally never once said, if you don't buy this, you aren't cool." Maybe she should take responsibility for the downfall of her own brand instead of blaming influencers who barely use her to begin with. As most of you know by now, Tati came out with her newest product called Blendiful. It's supposed to be an alternative to a beauty blender, and you're able to pretty much do your entire face of makeup with one sponge. Beauty YouTubers started receiving their sponges and tested it out on their channel. A lot of people loved the application of the sponge itself, but ran into problems when it came to cleaning it. On TatiBeauty.com it states, machine wash and dry in a delicate laundry bag, or gently hand wash in warm soapy water. Rinse thoroughly and blot dry. That's exactly what two YouTubers did after testing out the sponge for the first time. Unfortunately, both of them experienced issues with the sponge ripping open.
But I'm sitting here like this, blow drying it, and then I look down and there's literally a tear in the side of it. Like the seam is coming undone. And I don't know. So I did hand wash this with like lukewarm water, like not cold, not warm water. And I did use a little bit of the Beauty Blender cleanser, like some of this. I've only used this once and I washed it once. So,
but one thing I did want to follow up with, and I'm kind of sad to say, I don't know if it's because I went ahead and switched on to the other side. This is probably like the only sad part of the video, I must say, is that when I flipped it to the other side, this part ripped, like with the ribbon. See, so it was right here, and then I put it over, and I don't know what happened. I wasn't too rough with it, but it ended up splitting open.
Thankfully, if you reach out to Tati's customer service team, they'll have no problem sending you a new sponge, although people have been having doubts about buying the sponge since it's ripping so easily. One person wrote, I think with all the complaints I'm seeing of it ripping, I'm gonna hold off. I'm sure Tati will come out with one that's more durable and fix the problem.